Okay, welcome to the second day of solving inequalities. We're going to start actually with doing a little bit of practice. So what I would like you to do is take out your practice 1 worksheet. Hopefully you already have that out. Again, make sure you can notice what each worksheet is by looking at the title on the top. Unit 2, practice 1, or Unit 6, I apologize, Objective 2, practice 1. So this is what we were doing in class on Friday. You were solving inequalities. A lot of you said this was something that seems to be pretty easy, which I'm really glad to hear. So I'm going to do a couple with you here, and then I'm going to have you work on your own. The first one we're going to do together is number 6. When you take a look at number 6, you need to notice that the whole left side is in the form of a fraction. When you have a whole side in form of a fraction, the first thing you're going to want to do is eliminate that fraction, undo it. A fraction means division. So we undo the fraction by multiplying, since it's a division. And right now in this particular fraction, we're dividing by 3. So we're going to undo by multiplying by 3 on each side. When I do that, the division by 3 is eliminated. It's reduced, and we're down to 4x is greater than multiplying 12 and 3, 36. Now continuing to solve this, I have 4 times x, so we're going to undo by division. And for room's sake, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the right here. So we're going to put, eliminating those x's, we have, eliminating the 4s, we're left with x is greater than, dividing 36 by 4, we get 9. And we were discussing what we want our graphs to look like last time, and I did have a discussion with some of the teachers, and we did decide to simplify it a little bit more. So we're going to allow you to definitely show 0 as well as your solution, but that's enough. So here we have a positive 9, so that's to the right of 0. So we're going to put 0 and a positive 9. As I graph this, we need to recognize that this is a greater than symbol. There's no equality, so we're going to put an open circle. Greater than means we're going to shade to the right. Okay, so that is the expectation now of what your graph should look like. Instead of worrying about the scale, since we're working with a variety of values, we're going to go ahead and simply make sure you show the relationship with 0, whether it's on the right or left, and then show your shading as it should be shaded. Okay, there's a couple more that I'm going to do with you, and then I'm going to have you work on this on your own. So the next one I want to work on is number 9. I'm just going to go right below that problem. Looking at number 9, the first thing I see, okay, if we need to think back on our steps, remember we did have them laid out. What's not included in this, though, in that declam is that if it's a big fraction, like this one, where the whole thing is a fraction, first eliminate the fraction. Maybe we want to put an F in front of our declam. But we want to eliminate the fraction. Here we don't have the big fraction, but we do have that D, that distribution. So we're going to start by distributing. Okay, we distributed. There's no like terms on either side to combine. There's no variables to move left. We undo our addition and subtraction next. Okay, we do often like to have our little lines, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here since we have the room. We're going to undo our addition by subtracting 10. That eliminates that addition of 10, and we have 5x is greater than or equal to 10. Now we have multiplication, so we're going to go ahead and undo that by division, and then that eliminates our multiplication of 5, and we have x is greater than or equal to 2. This time the problem is not asking us to actually draw a graph. This time we want to be listing our solutions. It says list 3 numbers to the solution set below. So the solution set is all of the numbers that are greater than or equal to 2. Listing 3 numbers that are greater than or equal to 2 should be simple if there are infinitely many. But it also means your answers might be different than mine or someone else's. So as I look at this inequality, one of the things that's good to notice that is included in the solution set is the number 2. Okay? Because of the equality, 2 is greater than or equal to 2. After that, anything larger is fine. Maybe I'll put 5 and 100. Okay? I can pick any larger numbers I want that fit in that solution set. Okay, the last one that I want to do with you is number 19. So go ahead and flip your page. Number 19 is actually a multiple choice question. The problem asks us which value of x is in the solution set of the inequality negative 2x plus 5 equals, or is greater than, 17. So as I look at that, and then recognize that it's a multiple choice problem, I could do some work. I could do the work and solve, but that's unnecessary. I have 4 choices to decide between. I can test each one of those. I need to see which one makes that left side greater than the right side. So as I test them, I can put in negative 2 times the quantity, negative 8, plus 5. And what I'm looking for is if this comes out to be a value that is greater than 17. I hit enter, I get the value 21. Is 21 greater than 17? Yeah. I found a value that's in the solution set. It doesn't indicate that we're looking for more than one value, so at this point we can say, look at that, great. First try, I'm done. I don't have to do the whole solving process. When it's a multiple choice question, we can approach it differently. Okay? Last thing I want to tell you, just to make sure that all these problems work, this last one needs a little change. Please change this 0 at the end to be a 4. If I change that to a 4, then actually one of these graphs will be the solution set. Okay, at this point I'd like you to pause the video and take this rest of this time, or this time right now that you have, to work on the remainder of these problems. Please complete in this entire Practice 1 worksheet. Once you've completed it, go ahead and start the video up again. At that point, you will see the solutions. Okay, here's the start to the solutions. Here's the first set. Take a moment and look at those. If you need a little bit more time, go ahead and pause it, and then you'll be able to look at those and continue to check them. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next set. Again, pause as you need to. Okay, here's the next set of problems. Pause it so that you have the time that you need to look at these problems. Here's the back. Here's the first set for the back. And then here is the last 2. Okay, you can stop the video now, or I guess the video will stop now, and you'll go on to the next one.